seeks to modify the conditions of a zoning decision dated April 29, 2009, concerning preparation and cleanup time, closing time, and delivery time. Regarding this request, the board has determined that this application does satisfy the requirements of Article 6, Section 600. Regarding the request for a variance, the board has determined that this application does satisfy the requirements of Article 6, Section 606, paragraphs 1 through 4, and Section 607, paragraph 2. This variance is granted, partially granted with the following restrictions. Number 1, the request for relief from prep time and cleanup time and restriction is as follows. First, cleanup time is extended by 30 minutes. Second, no restriction or restriction for prep time is removed. Second point, the request for additional hours of operation is denied. Third, delivery of bread time restrictions is removed. This motion is based on the following findings of fact. Said property is located in the CW zone and contains 31,283 square feet. 2, the board is convinced that based on testimony of neighbors and abutters, extending the hours of operation beyond 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. will substantially injure the appropriate use of the properties in the surrounding district. That parentheses, excuse me, I have to go back. Will substantially injure the appropriate use of the property, parentheses, with respect to noise and traffic, close parentheses, in the surrounding district. Again, parentheses, section, Article 602, Section B, close parentheses. 3, there was little testimony by objectors in opposition to earlier bread deliveries or extended cleanup time and prep time.
I'll second that. Discussion? Anybody want to second it? Any discussion? Well, I'm familiar with that area, I've both down there a couple of years, and my personal observations, I know that it has been a very congested area with parking problems up and down all the streets in that network, leading down to the boat. Cars off the clock on both sides. It's restricted in terms of people being able to drive through there, and in my opinion, represents a safety issue for fire apparatus to get down there if necessary. So I think that's adding to the parking issue down there would be a big mistake. And I think that limiting the hours of operation would also curtail the illegal or improper use of alcohol in public areas or in the picnic area benches that we heard testimony that were often used by people either who were either customers of the shack or not customers of the shack, who are down there using the picnic areas behind the marina facilities. So I'm in favor. I do not think we're extending the hours to the other options.
I have a little problem with excluding the owners of a business not to be in there, whatever they want to be in there. Those restrictions are really kind of tough, and I agree, there's no other business in the town that has those restrictions. If the owner wants to go in and do some work on his own inside, and how can we restrict them from doing that?
The concern that they brought up, I understand your point.
I mean, I have a business for 35 years, sometimes every 24 hours a day in place.
I'll just say what is the concern was that if you made it unrestricted, they've had to kind of monitor the situation, and that things aren't being sold, okay? And you extend the time when you sort of have to keep an eye on it to make sure that they're not in operation hours beyond. I mean, I'm just saying what I heard as a concern as to why they would say they don't care at all, because you should be able to go into your business whenever you want. And it's because, and I know they have been, I'll say, monitoring what goes on there, and they're just concerned that if you said, well, they can be there anytime, it's more, they have to keep a more careful eye on it.
Well, can't
I'm not saying they will have to or won't have to, I'm just saying I think that's what was expressed.
Well, don't forget too, that condition was already in effect.
I realize that.
So, I mean, we would have to change it. It's not as if we're imposing it now, it was imposed and has been in effect.
And to me, from a practical standpoint, adding a half an hour to cleanup time for even that little business, it would make a difference, you know, from an operational standpoint, would make a big difference. And to me, an hour is probably sufficient. I mean, that's just...
Well, we did hear testimony to support that.
Yeah, no, I'm right. Yeah.
Well, I'm in favor of
Yeah,
it.
no,
That's a good point. Well, should we vote? Those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Those opposed?